So we're down in the basement. I'll start by talking a little bit about the dehumidifier. Basements do tend to get a little humid in the Chicagoland area and here in the suburbs. There's a couple different ways that you can utilize a dehumidifier. You can utilize it like we are doing as a freestanding dehumidifier. You can also duct the dehumidifier into your furnace ductwork. When you're talking about a central system. This particular one, the Daikin's got their Clean Comfort line. I can run a ventilator as well. Any ductwork we have bringing fresh air in from inside, and it has an attachment point so that we can dehumidify that air before it goes back into the ductwork. So that is a nice feature that the Daikin line's got with their dehumidifier products. Here we have our humidifier. This particular model is a steam humidifier. It has its own power and produces steam when you need the humidity. You have two types essentially that you use for residential. You'll have either the steam or a bypass evaporative style or a powered evaporative style unit. So you have evaporative or steam. Bypass humidifiers, typically you're gonna see those on non-condensing furnaces, so standard efficiency. Anything that's a condensing, you would use a powered or steam. You can use any of them on a non-condensing, but we opted for the steam. As there is two floors, we have one furnace. We want to make sure that we have enough humidification going for the whole house, even when we have the really dry, cold winters. So there we are. This particular one is the Aprilaire 800 steam humidifier. What we have here in the house is what they call an ERV. That's a energy recovery ventilator. You also have HRVs, which is a heat recovery ventilator. The main difference between the two is the core that's inside. I'll open it up so you can see what it looks like inside as well. The core on an HRV is all metal, where this one is a material, and it allows heat and humidity to be exchanged. Therefore, you're able to keep the humidity in the house, or in the summertime, less humidity will come and be introduced into the house with an ERV. With the HRV, we have just exchanging the heat in there. So if you want to take a look in so you can see what they look like. Okay, so that's your main core, and you have a motor on each side. That's adjustable so that you have an equal amount of pressure drawing air from inside the house, and then you're drawing fresh air in from outside. This is your core where it exchanges, so you'll bring fresh air in, that goes in, and then you're forcing stale air out. Your ventilation in a home is listed as the most important when it comes to air quality. You're taking in that old nasty air out, which is quite a bit more polluted than outside air. You're getting rid of that air and then bringing fresh air in. Another way you can do that, and this is I brought this in specifically just to be able to talk about a ventilator. You would use this. It is a little less costly to use just the ventilation as opposed to an ERV, HRV, but you bring fresh air in at the rate that is for your specific home. This is one, like for instance, we would run through the dehumidifier so you don't have the hot, humid air coming directly into the house in the summertime. They work great as far as ensuring that you're getting the volume of air that you need for proper ventilation in your home, especially with today's really tight homes. Like I say, our house, this one here was built in '89, and still bringing in the fresh air is something that you want to do. It's like having an open window without having a draft, essentially, is the way it is in your home. So that's the Daikin ventilator. What we have is the APCO. It's a fresh air UV APCO UV system. It's a UVC. It does a great job as far as eliminating odors in the home. So if you're getting ready to go to church on Sunday, if you're having bacon or whatever it is you're cooking in the morning, you will not smell it when you come back from church. It won't still be hanging around. It helps with pet odors, all kinds of things. It does disinfect surfaces when you're dealing with UV light. So the coil itself is disinfected. It keeps any mold and mildew growth from occurring. Fresh air did come out just a week and a half or so ago with a test that shows that it does take about 2 seconds to combat viruses such as the current virus we're dealing with our pandemic. It's tested specifically on COVID-19 virus. So that is not the main reason for a UV, but keeping your coil disinfected and being able to take care of things like that is nice. Another benefit to a UV in general, on the UVC, is they eliminate your VOCs, your volatile organic compounds. That's the number one reason that you have formicary corrosion. What formicary corrosion is little pinholes that you'll get in copper tubing. So a lot of the coils that wind up with leaks, stuff like that, that is caused by the VOCs in the home. The UVC light helps to eliminate that because of the ability to get rid of those VOCs. So that's the UVC system. Down here we have a Aprilaire air cleaner. This is a 1210, but as you can see, he's already doing quite a job. But we've actually put in a MERV 16. Does really well. Still get really good airflow. Don't really notice any difference in static pressure, which was pretty impressive. When you start hitting the MERV 15, that's when you start being able to trap items such as viruses and bacteria. Anything below that, obviously they do a great job at the MERV 10 and 11 as far as dust and stuff like that, but when you start getting into the smaller things, you need to have a higher MERV, and the system needs to be designed for that. That is about all I have down here as far as the equipment and what it is, what it does. So definitely give us a call if it's something that you guys are interested in, any one of the products. If you have any other questions, give us a call, go to our website, and we'll be able to direct you as to what's best for you in your home.